All right, everybody, this is Paula, and I'm about to do a hearty homemade soup, y'all. I got a beautiful chuck beef roast. I know sometimes people use beef tips, and I have some beautiful beef shank with the bone in, okay? That's what I got going on here. Let me show you everything that I need to make this soup. We got sliced jalapeno peppers, okay? Look at that. We got tomato paste. We got sliced carrots. We have, get my flash, okay. You try this again. We have jalapeno peppers. We have tomato paste. We have sliced carrots. We have bell peppers. All different colors, yellow, orange, red, green, okay? With diced and minced garlic. Look at that. We have crushed tomatoes. Okay, I'm sorry, this is the dice. This is noodles. This is the crushed tomatoes. It's almost like a tomato paste. We have some green beans. We have some potatoes cubed up. We have rotel tomatoes with chilies. We have cabbage that's cut up in pieces. We have corn. We have peas. Just look at this. I'm about to make a hearty soup. And y'all know I have to have my garlic powder and my Tony saturates. This is how we do it. Now you can use any vegetables that you like, but this is the ones that I use, okay? So now I'm gonna come back over here to the meat. And I have my gloves on. I'm gonna let Toot hold the phone. And I'm gonna show y'all what I do. If you don't wanna use the beef tips, you take your beef roast, okay? And you cut it. All right, and you can make your chunks as big as you want to make them, okay? This is a clean surface. I bought this cabinetry because it's like a cutting board, okay? You just keep it clean always with your meats, okay? All right, and y'all see how you doing this roast? You just cutting it up in pieces, and you make them as big as you want them to be, okay? Then I'm just gonna put them in here in this bowl. So what I'm gonna do now is get another piece. I'm just showing y'all how we cut these roasts up. You don't have to get no beef tips. You can get your roast and use any kind of beef you want to use, okay? Look at that. And that way you can cut your pieces as big as you want them. In the store, you have to buy them in the pieces that they want to use, the sizes, okay? Look at that. We're getting all of this cut up. It's real easy. Okay, and all of this was washed before we even tried to do it. Always wash your meat, remember. Cleanliness is next to godliness, but it also can save you from being sick, y'all. That's the main thing, okay? It's no joke about being clean with your food. Okay, y'all see how I'm cutting those chunks? Look at that. It's not hard. If you got a sharp knife, you can cut them as small as you want, as large as you want. All right, look at that. Now me, I like it this way because I can cut as much as the fat of it off of that I want. As much of it as I want to cut off. See that? Now it's okay to leave a little bit of fat on your meat. Okay? It's okay to leave a little bit. But you don't want too much of it. Because too much of it is not good for you, okay? But that's why I'm using this good old beef meat, okay? Alright, we almost done. We're cutting up the meat. Yes, and this was a beautiful beef roast, okay? Now, see this shank? This is the beef shank. Now, I'm going to leave some on the bone. But I'm also going to take some off the bone, okay? Because we want a little bit of that beef shank in the soup, too. Alright? We want a little bit of that beef shank in there, too. Look at that. That's some beautiful meat. Y'all see that? I want to leave a little bit on the bone. So whoever get that bone gonna be lucky. Okay, so we're gonna take all of that and put it in that bowl. That's some beautiful meat. Look at that. That is some absolutely beautiful, beautiful meat. I love it. And when it's tender, it is absolutely delicious. It takes a minute, but it is delicious when it gets cooked. And you can literally pull it apart sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna leave a little bit on that bone. Then we're gonna go to the next two. Y'all see that? Just put it on here and just let it go. Look, I want a piece of that when I get my soup. Okay, look, it just comes right off because it's connected with that fat, but that's the part that I don't want. Okay, so I'm gonna pull that off, and then that bone is ready. I'm gonna cut one little piece off of here, and that's it. The meat is ready, already washed and ready. So we're gonna come back over here. Okay, and I'm gonna wash my hands, y'all. So we're gonna show y'all the different ingredients. Okay, washing my hands, y'all, and changing my gloves. Always, when you're working with food, always. When you're going from meat to something else, you always have to change your gloves. You always have to wash your hands. You don't never want to just cook with dirty hands. Okay? So now I'm going to keep this glove right here. And I'm going to come over here to the pot. So come on to the pot. Alright? Just straight for the heat. You know the heat. So what I'm going to do now, y'all, I'm going to drop this meat down in there. Y'all see that pot? We're going to drop this good old meat down in there. We're going to let that start to boiling. Alright? Going to let that good old beef shank and that good old beef roast start boiling up in that pot, y'all. Okay, I'm changing my glove again, y'all. Washing my hands. I have to do it. I'm sorry. Because, you know, you're dealing with meat. Okay, so now I'm through with that meat. Hands done. Okay. New glove on. Okay. So now, this is my garlic powder. Y'all know me. I got to have my garlic powder. Okay. And I use a good heaping handful. I'm going to go low with this Tony Sasher because Toot can't handle it too much. Bam. It looks like a lot, y'all, but that's a lot of water that it has to flavor. And like I told y'all, if the water not flavored and the gravy not flavored, you ain't got yourself nothing. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to let that meat boil for about an hour. Okay? We're going to let it boil for about an hour. And then we're going to add all the other ingredients. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add these bell peppers, onions, and garlic. I'm going to add that to it. Okay? And I also want to add these jalapeno slices. The reason why I'm adding the seasoning right now is because I want those jalapenos to lose some of that heat that they have. Okay? I want them to lose some of the heat. And I also want the bell pepper and the onions to cook with the meat. And that's what's going to flavor the gravy, okay? And I'm also, right now, I'm going to add the tomato paste. So, Toot, can you come over here so we can add the tomato paste? All right? And I'm not going to use any pepper because the jalapenos are going to add the heat. Okay? So we're not going to use any cayenne pepper. Y'all know how I love my cayenne pepper, right? But not today. Not today. That's what the jalapenos are for. So this is my tomato paste. I'm going to add the tomato paste in here. I'm going to add one at the beginning of cooking it. I'm going to add one when it's almost through cooking. And that's going to make the thickness even better, okay? Because I like a thick soup. I don't like a watery soup. I like mine thick, baby. Because I'm going to eat it with some beautiful crackers or some rice. I might take turns. Okay? So now we got the tomato paste in there. That's 1 can. We're going to let that one boil with the meat because we want that water to start getting some gravy taste to it, okay? Look at that. You got the meat, the bell pepper, the onions. We're going to let that start boiling. Yes. But I'm going to do it, since we're doing it the fast way, I'm going to let that go on low. So I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to do. The cabbage and the potatoes are going to be added last. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop in the diced tomatoes. Yes. All right. Then I'm going to drop in the rotel tomatoes and chilies. That's how you do that, y'all. All right. Then I'm going to drop in the sliced carrots. Oh, baby, this going to be a hearty soup. When you pick up stuff with a spoon, I want it all. That's why I only had the pot half full of water. Then we're going to drop in the green beans. Y'all see that? How that pot filling up? Then we're going to drop in the whole kernel corn. Y'all see that? Yes. And I'm going to put that on low and let it go. Alright. Then we're going to drop in the peas. Oh my God. Like I said, you can use any kind of vegetables you want to use. You don't have to use what I'm using. Use what you like. Now this is crushed tomatoes. It's somewhat like tomato paste. Look at that. Now y'all see how high that pot done got? That's why I went halfway. That's why I went halfway with it. Okay? So look at that. We got all that in there. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to let all of that come together. That's what we're going to do. We're going to let all of that come together. And I'm going to come back with y'all with the finished product. After I get the cabbage in, when it's almost done, we're going to add the cabbage, the noodles, the potatoes, and then we're going to add another can of tomato paste to give it some thickness. But first, we're going to let this first can start doing what it do. All right? Look at that. That is going to be hearty, baby. We're going to let all that cook low and slow. All right? And I'm going to come back later with the finished product. Thank you for watching.